Alright, so I made an April Fool's video saying that this guy was the new best science character, and then I like ripped on him a ton in like the later half of the video, and I do feel like I went too far in that video, so now I just want to do a serious review of the champion because now I have played him, I have him at 6-star rank 3, and I just used him a ton over these past like 2 days or so. So yeah, I cannot wait to talk about this champion because there's a lot to talk about with this character. I feel like he's a very controversial character because there is one side that like absolutely hates the buff, and there's another side that's like defending the buff, saying that it's like not as bad as people think. And I just want to give my thoughts on it because I did rip on him a ton in my April Fool's video, so I feel bad if I didn't do it. So yeah, this video, I'm just gonna go over what I think about the buff so far, like my pros and my cons towards it, and like my overall thoughts as well. Now let's just talk about the pros of the champion, like what is good about this character in my eyes. So the first thing is, he is 100% upgrade. Like that is indisputable, that's just a fact. Like, he is definitely a lot better than his previous self because his previous self was just terrible, man. He was so bad, and this is for sure an upgrade, right? I know there's like a lot of buffs that barely felt like buffs, right? You know, like the Psycho Man buffs didn't really do much for the character, but this one, he definitely has changed a ton. Additionally, I feel like he was made for newer players, right? Because he has a very easy play style. It's like not difficult at all. It is just very straightforward. He's not really that complex of a champion, I feel like. And also, he has a great kit for newer players, right? Like, he has easy access to taunt, which reduces attack rating and just gives him more control over the fight. So yeah, like, he is a very beginner-friendly character, I feel like. And additionally, he has very unique utility pieces to keep even the endgame players interested, right? Because he has this very cool mechanic where his stun debuff duration cannot be reduced at all. And that's just a very, like, unique set of utility that I really do enjoy. I feel like it does have its use for sure. Also, just his Decelerate is also pretty good. His Decelerate is very unique because he's the only champion that can do it besides Anti-Venom, I believe. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it is like pretty much the same thing as Slow. I think it's even worse in some cases because like it doesn't remove already like active unstoppables. So yeah, it's still a nice utility piece for sure. But also his damage output, it's serviceable by himself. Like he does okay damage by himself, like with no recall masteries or no synergies. It's fine. Like it's kind of on the lower end, to be honest. I feel like it's more to the noodle tier than like to the very good damage tier. And of course, with that being the case, when you pull more champions, you will like favor them more because they have much more damage output than Spider-Man. But yeah, it's like serviceable at least. That's why I put it in the pro section because he's not a complete noodle, but it's like not the best either. It's just there, man. It's fine. He has utility. He's like a utility character. If you want a monster damage dealer, there is Hulk for you right there, who's also very beginner friendly too. But yeah, his damage output, it's serviceable. This one's probably most important. Like, if you like the Spider-Man character and that's why you were excited for this buff, you will get to use him a lot more than like you used to use him because he actually does things now. He's like actually usable, so that's good. You can use him like a lot of places and you'll feel satisfied. You'll like be happy that you're using your favorite Marvel character because like pre-buff, it was just a very sad time if you try to use him. So yeah, that's like the most important thing for me. If you like Spider-Man, you'll be satisfied with this buff, I feel like. But on the other hand, it is Spider-Man, so like I can see why people want him more for the champion. I can see why they want him to be like the new best science character, like in a non-jokingly way, but it's like he's a starter champion, man. They can't really do that for like a starter character, is like my thoughts at least. Now we have the cons, and some of these are kind of nitpicky, but you know what? It's my video, it's my review, it's my channel. I can nitpick if I want to, man. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing is, the Decelerate still needs just P1s when other champs have Slow, which is the same thing, if not better, much faster, right? Like Shang-Chi, double medium, he has a slow. Spider-Gwen, heavy attack slow. She-Hulk, heavy attack slow. There's just much faster slows, I feel like. And while the Decelerate is still good, I just wished it was there after 1 SP1. I would be satisfied with that, to be honest, because like in Alliance War, Power Star 1 boost, instant slow, he's viable versus like the other slow characters as well. Like that's what I would love to see, but we have to do 2 SP1s, which is still, it's fine. Like it's okay, but I don't know, man. I just like wish it was just 1 SP1. I'd be so happy with that. I think he'd be a much better character overall if he just needed 1 SP1 for like all of his debuffs at least. Also, the damage output, it is serviceable. It is like it's fine by himself, but it's still not great. Like it's still not good. Like by himself, he will not be anything too crazy in like battlegrounds and, you know, just any solo content. I feel like he really won't be all that. Like, I've seen Eternity Pain Dormammu solos with him, and it's impressive, but it's also like the no surrender node is like carrying the damage output there, like 100%. So I know that he can do like a lot of endgame things, but I feel like if there aren't any external factors to increase his damage output, he will kind of underperform in like most cases, I feel like, damage wise. Now I put this in the con section because I feel like it is a con overall, but with the Hitmonkey and Shang-Chi synergy, his damage output skyrockets, man. It is absolutely absurd how much damage like he does with those two champions. It is crazy, right? But the thing is, I don't like synergy-reliant characters, and for a starter science champion, you're not going to have these guys for a while. Like, you don't know when you're going to pull these champions as, like, 5-star or 6-star characters. So having a starter science character need two synergies of two champions that you're not even guaranteed to get in the game, that's super annoying, man. It kind of, like, just... It contradicts the point of him being a science starter character, I feel like. Because Hulk, he claps. With no synergy, no like mastery investment, nothing at all. Nothing at all. He just is a god by himself. And for Spider-Man to need two synergies, it's just really annoying. Additionally, I feel like having Shang-Chi on the team kind of just like invalidates Spider-Man's Decelerate because he needs two SP1s for it. And Shang-Chi just needs to do double medium, man. He has it, like, he gets it so much easier. Like, it's just so much better with Shang-Chi for the Decelerate or like the slow. So yeah, like, it kind of just makes that whole utility piece of Spider-Man just useless. He does still have his taunt, of course, which is, like, unique to himself in that Trinity. So yeah, there is that, but it's still, like, kind of just, it's kind of funny, I guess. Also, with the Lyrical Masteries, Spider-Man just goes crazy. Like, his damage output is crazy with Lyrical Masteries by himself even. But he has no way to offset the damage. So you can do, like, 1 or 2 fights, and then you're just, like, out for the count. Or you have to just, like, spend a lot of units or, like, a lot of time farming potions to make this guy viable for a whole, like, path in a quest or something. So, yeah, I don't really like the fact that he's go Lyrical Masteries, but he can't, like, tolerate them. Like, Overseer is great Lyrical Masteries, and he's, like, he can tolerate them for sure. You know, it's kind of annoying. Now, this last one is for sure a nitpick. Like, honestly, I probably shouldn't put it in the list, but I just did anyway. But, like, no reliance on buffs is great, right? Like, he doesn't need any buffs at all. He's a debuff character. But the fact that he's still on Nullify Immune is kind of annoying to me just because, like, the most common Mystic trope is Nullify, right? Like, you know, there's Ebony Maw, who puts a Fury buff on you and can, like, nullify it ASAP. And also, you know, Buffet, Science Champions are, like, most notably the best counters for Buffet. And the fact that he can't do either of those is kind of annoying because, like, he doesn't have buffs, but he also gets a dexterity precision. So yeah, like, that's pretty annoying. But, like, that's a very big nitpick, and I'm not going to talk about it too much because, like, that honestly shouldn't have been on the list. Okay, now let's talk about my overall thoughts on this buff. I think it's I said great there, but I think I'm going to say just, like, it was a nice buff. But I understand that people want more from the champion because, like, it is classic Spider-Man, you know? He is, like, everyone's, like, hero in the Marvel comics. So I understand why, like, people wanted him to be better, but you also need to think about, like, the fact that he is a very starter friendly champion. So, like, they can't make him too overpowered, right? Because he is guaranteed to pop up in your crystal in, like, Act 1. He is guaranteed to be there. So just need to keep that in mind that they really were limited in what they could do for this champion. Also, I like the fact that he has a simple playstyle that is, like, tailored towards newer players, but they still keep the endgame players interested with his, like, very unique utility, right? Like, the stun debuff duration, immunity, and, like, the decelerate. It's still very, very nice for, like, any player, right? Like, beginner or, like, endgame player. So, yeah, like, I don't know, man. I think the buff is, like, it's fine, pretty much. And I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I do not like how he needs two synergies to, like, have very, very good damage output. I wish that was just in his base kit because he'll be, like, so much better without it, man. Like, if he had no reliance on synergies and that same damage output, it would be just so, so good. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I feel like he would be a certified top 10 science character probably. But now we have, like, this still decent science champion, but there is more to be desired, I guess. But yeah, overall, I think it's a nice buff. Like, they made him a lot better than before, right? he's not the best at anything, I would say. Like, I feel like he does nothing the best at all. Maybe, like, his taunts are very, very good, but there are better taunt champions out there. Like, Cassie Lang has, like, the most broken taunt in the game, and she has, like, a lot more utility overall, I feel like. Same thing with Scorpion and Overseer, Spider-Ham. But his kit is still serviceable. Like, it's still a fine kit overall. You could want to play the character and you'll feel satisfied with, like, the result, I feel like. Unless you're, like, a massive Spider-Man fan and you, like, want to be the best science champion, then I have bad news for you, man. He is not that at all. But, yeah, those are my thoughts on the Spider-Man buff. Let me know your thoughts on the buff down below in the comments. I will appreciate if y'all, like, tell me your thoughts, because I really am interested to see, like, your thoughts on this champion, because he's very controversial. There's a lot of back and forth in the community about this guy. So yeah, I'm really interested to see your thoughts. But yeah, that's about it for me.